who gets out and just willingly walks around in the rain. People who are doing 75 hard do.
It's Zozo suit time!
My wife's a babe. She's gorgeous, you know. But that's not what she sees through her eyes. Or, you know, vice versa. I'm sure she thinks I'm a babe. It doesn't have to be as complex. There's success in simplicity and consistency. I've lost 16 pounds of body fat. If you hear anything weird in the background, my wife is fondling broccoli. Morning, everyone. Day 28, 75 hard. Got a little extra sleep this morning on this Sunday. Felt good. Say hi. Is it no? I begin every day by reading my Bible, reading my 10 pages, journaling, and then spending a little bit of time in Duolingo. All right, I was really enjoying my morning time, just kind of sitting and drinking my water, and I got all my daily routine done. So if this is your first time joining in, of course there are elements of 75 hard that have to be done, which is reading 10 pages. So what my morning routine looks like for me is the very first thing that I do is I wake up and I read my Bible. Been doing that for years. So I read my Bible, and then I read my 10 pages. Then after I'm done reading my 10 pages, I journal, and I use a day one, the journaling app. I'm going to do a video on how and why I journal. I journal, and then I do Duolingo. And for years I did the Spanish with Duolingo. I am biracial. I know it doesn't look like I am, but my grandma doesn't even speak English or anything. So I've been trying to learn Spanish for a long time, and got a little bit burnt out on that. So now this year I've switched over to their music learning app, and that's pretty fun. But anyway, so I do all that stuff, and it takes me right around an hour to do all of that. And then typically when I'm done, I get up, and that's when I go get the first workout done. Now, since it's Sunday today, and we've got a little extra leeway in the day, I just took some extra time and just sat and really enjoyed it. And that was nice. I've got to say that today is day 28. And I said in yesterday's video that I was just kind of feeling a little bit tired, you know. I've been going pretty hard. I've been doing a lot. And this is around the time, I think, you know, when you start to hit that 30-day mark, it's where you're like, man, I've been doing this for a long time, but I still got a long ways to go. And I see, you know, a lot of people fall off and fall out around the 30-day mark or a little bit after the 30-day mark. That's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to fall out. But I am feeling, you know, just a little tired. So today, for sure, I want today to be a day of recharge. So no weighted vest, no nothing. I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to walk today. We're going to spend time with our friends later today. That'll, you know, recharge me as far as the energy I get from them. But I'm really going to try to not go too hard physically today. I just really feel like I need a day where as close to a rest day as I can get while still maintaining and doing everything I need to do for 75 hard. So that's the goal. All right, since I came outside, it's kind of drizzly. Went ahead and changed my shoes and picked up the GoPro, so the audio quality may not be as good as with the DJI Pocket 3, but since I may get rained on, I don't want to have that thing with me and get it messed up. Like I said, I did put on my Hokas, my old Hokas, so getting wet's not a problem. Not a big deal. I don't know what's coming through on the camera or whether you can tell or not, but it's pretty much just like a light rain right now. Definitely enough that people have to have their windshield wipers on as they're driving. It's so funny, man. When you're out here and you're doing stuff like this, people just look at you like you're crazy. And I guess, you know, in a sense it is kind of crazy, right? Like, who gets out and just willingly walks around in the rain? People who are doing 75 hard do. Yeah. See how hard this rain gets. Starting to pick up a little bit right now. Might break out into a full-blown rain here in a second. You know, if you watched yesterday's video, you know I spent the weekend at a marriage conference, or a lot of the weekend, Friday night and Saturday morning. And coming out of the marriage conference yesterday, if you saw that video, my wife and I ended up going for a really long walk together and talking, because there were things that came up in the marriage conference that just needed, you know, that need to be addressed, need to be worked on. And without, you know, oversharing too much, but essentially one of the major things that we're kind of dealing with in our marriage is the way that we both feel about ourselves. Because it's amazing how much your own personal self-esteem impacts everything in your life, everything around you. And both of us have struggled with our weight. Both of us, you know, really let ourselves go over the past year. And that permeates everything. When you're not doing things that make you proud of yourself, or you don't like what you see whenever you look in the mirror, you start to get all these thoughts where, like, through my eyes, I see my wife and I'm like, man, my wife's a babe. She's gorgeous, you know. But that's not what she sees through her eyes. Or, you know, vice versa. I'm sure she thinks I'm a babe. But you get this distorted view of yourself because you don't like what you see, and therefore you then think, well, there's no way anybody else could like what they see either. And so that's part of what we went and we talked about, was just how much of a priority that has to be. How much of a priority getting healthy, getting back in shape, getting to a place where we both feel good about ourselves has to be, so that our marriage is fulfilled in all the ways that it needs to be and everything. Don't get me wrong, like, we have a great marriage. There's not like problems or anything like that. But it can create a chasm between you whenever you don't feel good about yourself. And I just feel like that applies to like so many areas of life. Like, think about how many things you potentially are holding yourself back from because you either don't like the way you look, or you don't feel like you can do it. You don't have the confidence in yourself. I mean, the way you look and even the way you perform to a degree has so much bearing on your confidence. And when you don't have confidence, you don't go out and you don't pursue new things. You don't try new things. You don't push yourself. So if you're out there right now and you're kind of in that place where you're avoiding situations, or you're avoiding doing certain things, maybe because you don't like the way your clothes fit, or you think that everybody's looking at you, just know, like, I get it. But you got to start. You just got to start. And that's what it's about. You just got to start, and you got to remember that wherever you are, whatever day one you're at, you didn't get there overnight. So you're not going to not be in that place overnight either, right? You're not going to undo everything that you did over that time in a very short amount of time. But if you get out and you just do things consistently, day in, day out, stick to the fundamentals, you'll see change. You will see change. It's so important. And so if my wife watches this one, just to be completely clear, I think she's beautiful, any size, any shape. But as a husband, I also want to challenge her, because I want her to feel good about herself above all. So even though I think she's beautiful and I would accept her, I want her to be healthy. I want her to not only be physically healthy, but mentally and emotionally healthy. And I know that where she's at right now, she's not. And neither am I. And we need to hold ourselves accountable to that and be better. That's what love is. That's what love is. You know, something else, oh, rain, sorry. Something else my wife said to me that I found really interesting was that she gets overwhelmed by all of the different information out there, from everything from nutrition to exercise and, you know, what's right, and hormones and age and everything. And I think that's really valid. And I've watched her, she's tried different programs and things, and some of them are so complex. And she's literally had moments where she's like just gotten exhausted at the end of the week by trying to prepare all these different kinds of meals. Yeah, she's just gotten overwhelmed by it all. So one thing that I think is like critically important is just simplifying, removing the complexity. I've done, you know, low carb, all that stuff and everything, but I had so many more cravings when I wasn't eating carbs and everything. Like this, the way that I'm eating right now with fasting, and then I am taking in carbs, but I'm monitoring how many calories I'm eating, and then I'm burning more calories throughout the day. Just calories in, calories out, and trying to increase how much I'm moving. That's really all I'm doing. And I think that if you can do that, you'll see that it doesn't have to be as complex. There's success in simplicity and consistency. And even myself personally, I've done things like low carb and everything, and they work. They worked for a while, but I found myself, I'd get so many cravings, you know, when I was doing that. So I really think that there's something to be said for just simplicity and consistency. Meaning right now, all I'm doing is, what are my calories in? What are my calories out? Do it every single day. And try to move more. How much am I moving? And that's it. So y'all notice, I mean, like, I eat a lot of the same things. White rice, right? Like, yeah, I could complicate it. I could have sweet potatoes one day, I could have other potatoes another day, different kinds of carbs and stuff. White rice is cheap, it's super easy, it's simple for me to enter into MyFitnessPal to track my calories because it's a recent food. It just works for me. So right now, I'm just trying to keep it as simple as I possibly can. How much am I eating? You know, I'm not cutting out anything. I'm eating fats, carbs, proteins. How much am I eating? How much am I moving? Do that every day, day in and day out, day in and day out. Simplicity and consistency. I genuinely believe it's key. All right, there it is. So 2.5 miles, 51 minutes, 293 active calories, 401 total calories. Nothing major, but that's the first workout of the day done. All right, it's about 9:15. We've got a little while before we've got to be at church. Since I didn't have to serve or anything like that today, I don't have to be there until normal time, which is 11 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to repair my treadmill right now. See if I can get this done. And, you know, if I can get it done in less than an hour, that would be awesome. And that'd set me up for success this coming week, because I really don't want to be walking on it with the way that it is. So let's get after it. then even like here on the belt, I think this is where I went wrong for a long time. So you see, like, sole is still good. The belt doesn't, from the top, doesn't look very worn. See all the texture there and everything. It's not real dirty or anything. But the problem is, look at how badly it's worn here on the inside. So compared to the outside, and then it's super smooth in here. And you would think, oh well, it's smooth, it's gonna slide better. That's actually what causes it to slip and causes the motor to work a lot harder and everything. It's actually supposed to be rougher out here. So this is kind of like a bald tire. So this belt definitely needed to be replaced. It's probably needed to be replaced for a long time. So we're gonna get it going. Looking inside of here, there's been quite a few dust bunnies and stuff that have gathered up in here. So I'm gonna take just a little bit and I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this up as well before we install the new deck. Okay, so here's the new belt. I ordered this directly from Seoul, so you know, I'm assuming it's all gonna be correct, but I just want to line it up and make sure. Now, whenever I ordered this, they did not have the standard version available. All they had was the commercial version. So this deck is hopefully gonna hold up, you know, quite a bit longer than the original stock deck belt did. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, looks good to me. All right, folks. It is 10:30. I made a lot of progress. I'm real close. It's not going to take that much longer, but I don't think I can get it done. I need to go in and I need to get cleaned up and get ready for church so we can leave. To be continued. All right, y'all. It's about 10:51. I'm all cleaned up, changed, and I'm on my way to the church. Cutting it real close. Yeah, I definitely couldn't have got that done. My family went ahead and went on without me. I told them I'd meet them there. But yeah, whenever we get out of church, I've got a bottle of water with me, by the way, to make sure that I'm drinking enough. Whenever we get out of church, I will get changed again and we'll finish this up. We'll get the treadmill all set and everything. And hopefully I can actually kind of test everything out by doing my second workout on it. That'd be really great. So I can get that done. Today I also get to weigh in. So really excited about that. We'll do that right after church. We'll go weigh in and kind of see how this past week went. So I'll catch up with y'all in just a bit.
Okay, quick little update. It's about 1:20. We just came back from going and getting ourselves weighed. So let's go ahead and see how we did this week before I jump in and scan myself and then try to finish this this treadmill. So if we come around here, if we come around here, go down to today's numbers, here we are. So I didn't lose any weight at all, 219.8 pounds. Skeletal muscle mass, though, I gained about, I don't know if that's showing up, I gained about a little over a half a pound this past week in muscle mass. So muscle mass is starting to trend up, so that's good. I didn't lose any muscle. Body fat percentage has gone from, last week it was 32.9 and this week it's 32. So 0.9% body fat. Last week I lost 1%. Today, this week 0.9%. So we're still headed in the same direction there. Total body fat now, we went from 72.22 pounds of body fat to 70.33 pounds of body fat. So almost 2 pounds of body fat lost. And you can see everything is headed in the right direction from when we started, 86 pounds of body fat down to now 70 pounds of body fat. I've lost 16 pounds of body fat at this point. So overall, I mean, again, not losing muscle, steadily dropping body fat. My body fat percentage in the very beginning, whenever I started this health journey again, 36.8%, and today 32%. So, the more weight I lose, the more difficult it's going to become to see those giant percentages of weight loss because I just don't weigh as much. But 2 pounds of fat loss in a week, I mean, I got to keep it all in perspective, and I think that's pretty good. So not losing any muscle and losing fat is doing exactly what we want to do. And I did gain some muscle, which was the goal over this week. I don't know how much muscle is realistic to gain in a week, but gaining over half a pound, I think, hey, I'll take it. So we'll see how we do going forward.
It's everybody's favorite time of the week again. It's Zozo suit time.
Oh, the gym is a disaster right now, but I like to do the scans before I eat anything for the day or anything like that. I just like to get it all out of the way. So
Zozo fit.
Slightly further.
Oh, well, I got crap all over the floor there, Zozo fit.
You are at a good distance. We are checking your arm pose now. Turn to 4 o'clock. Turn to 5 o'clock. Turn to 10 o'clock. Turn to 11 o'clock.
All right, let's see what fresh hell awaits in the Zozo fit scan. I'm gonna tell you what, man, this Zozo fit it's hard on the self-esteem sometimes. All right, let's see. Let's turn this around. All right, here we go for this week's Zozo fit. Oh, I still hate that scan. So apparently, oh, dang it. How do I make it come back? Come back. All right, here we go. So it looks like I gained in my neck, my chest, and my shoulders, and my left calf. I lost weight in my waist, upper waist, and upper arm and thigh. Let's go see what it looks like here. So it's showing I lost quite a bit of size in my arms, half an inch in my waist, some size in my thighs. I don't know how accurate this thing is, but, Here's the side-by-side from last week. Don't know that I see a ton of a difference. Maybe in the love handles, starting to come out a little bit. Let's see what it looks like from the very first scan I did. Oh, you could see the belly really grow on that first scan. Okay, if you hear anything weird in the background, my wife is fondling broccoli and my daughter is on the I wasn't lying. My daughter's on the Oculus. So here we are. I'm going to break my fast 16 and a half hours in. Short fast today. Purposeful. And we got one of these things that we always get every time we go to weigh in because I feel bad for just weighing in and not buying anything. So this is going to be, my half is 300 calories. It's just coffee. Okay, let's get back to getting this treadmill together. It's 2 o'clock. I'm running out of time. I got to get a whole nother workout in and everything before 3:30. So I went ahead and I tightened the motor back up, got it all good to go. I did tighten this rear roller a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and throw some lubrication in between the deck and the belt before I fully tighten up the belt. Okay, well I don't want this whole video to be me rebuilding my treadmill, but I think I've got it now. Everything seems good, the belt's not slipping, the amperage looks good. Had my wife come in here and walk on it so that I could actually read what the amps were whenever it was under load. And everything seems good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on the finishing touches here to get this thing all back together and then hopefully be able to jump on it and get a workout done. So I'll catch up with you when this is complete. I bought this thing on Facebook Marketplace before I started my social media, no social media thing. It's a Crosswave cordless max. And if you have a little gym area like this where you have these rubber mats, it's really great because it vacuums and, kind of mops at the same time. Not like a serious mopping or anything, but at least gets up the main stuff. I still have to come in and really mop it and sweep all the areas that this thing can't reach periodically. But I used to sweep in here like every day. It was just such a pain in the butt, and now I can just do this a lot faster. Alright guys, got everything cleaned up. Let's jump on the treadmill. If you know, you know. I'm gonna get caught up on some wrestling. I'm gonna play some Brotato. Let me zoom you in. Go. Okay, so the belt still feels like it's slipping occasionally, and I've got it pretty tight. So I'm gonna have to watch some more troubleshooting videos and just make sure that there's nothing that I've missed. I'll probably have to go through and readjust everything, some more. But for now, it's working. It just feels like there's the occasional kind of little slip. Nothing major though. So what y'all didn't see today, obviously I put a new deck, a new roller, and a new belt on, but this treadmill also has a new motor, and I did have a problem with the control board, And I sent that off and I got it repaired. But I'm wondering if I don't need to just purchase a whole new control board. I mean, at this point, because I've gotten so many things under warranty, it is actually cost effective for me to continue to do the work to maintain this treadmill. So a new control board probably be another $200, but I couldn't go out and buy a new treadmill for what it cost me, you know, for a new belt and a new control board, to essentially almost have all new parts for this thing. All right, guys, I'm getting close to the end. I've got just a few more minutes left. I do want to just say that it feels good to get stuff like that done. Stuff that's just kind of like been hanging there. I've been looking at those boxes. You've seen them in the previous videos. May not have known what they were. But I've been looking at those for weeks. Stuff that need to be done. It just feels good to have that done, to have the treadmill back together. Seems to be, it's really working well now. So I think maybe it just kind of settled out and everything. It's not slipping at all. Everything seems good. That lubrication probably got spread well. But yeah, those were some big ones. I've still got a whole lot of stuff that I just need to get caught up on and do, including editing together a lot of videos. I'm really gonna have to start putting some time into that, because my intent was to have about 30 filmed before I started putting them out, so that I would give myself plenty of leeway to be able to kind of batch edit those. But I'm gonna have to prioritize that because it's day 28. So I'm gonna finish up here, then I'm gonna go get cleaned up real quick, and we're gonna be headed to our friends to watch the Super Bowl. All right, guys, there it is. 2.52 miles, 45 minutes, 368 active calories, 464 total calories. Average heart rate, all in zone 1 there. I have 112 exercise minutes because, I mean, it may not look like it, but that was a lot of work doing that treadmill. And I'm at 16,000 steps right now, 16,354. So we'll see what it looks like after I get done hanging out with my friends and everybody.
That's good, right?
2 cups of white rice, 6 ounces of sausage, 4 jalapeno poppers, and some broccoli.
Really? When?
There he is.
Yeah, we got Christie's this Friday. What's the following Friday?
All right, guys, I'm back home from watching the Super Bowl. It was a fun night. Let's wrap it up. Here's what the day looked like. All in all, 1,411 move calories, 122 exercise minutes, 18,186 steps. So for a day where I was trying to just have an active rest day, I still moved a whole lot. Go over here to MyFitnessPal, show you what my calories ended up looking like. Oh, I need to add one thing to this. That is, I did have a bag of popcorn. So I came in around 1,300 calories whenever I calculated it all up. 2 cups of white rice, pork venison sausage, 6 ounces. Had those bacon wrapped stuffed jalapenos, lots of broccoli, and the bag of popcorn there. So not as many calories as I hoped to eat by a long shot, but there wasn't a whole lot that I could eat. So, all right. I started fasting around 7:45, and I'm going to do an 18-hour fast, so I can eat tomorrow around 1:43, and then I'll go back to 20 hours as I come out of these long fasting window days. With that said, there's only one thing left to do here, and that's to go in, and I did the first workout, I did the second workout, I did my 10 pages, I finished my gallon of water, I followed the diet, no cheat meals, and no social media. And boom, there it is. Day 28 is done. So, all in all, really good day. Really good day. I was a little bit bummed because we have some friends that were originally going to watch the Super Bowl and everything at their house. was really excited to get to hang out with them, but unfortunately they had a kiddo that was sick. So it wasn't our whole friend group that was together, but we did have most of us there. And yeah, and it was just a really good time being with this group of friends that I have. Like, I'm just so blessed. I've got these people that just they breathe life into me. I don't know how else to say it. And as somebody who normally gets drained from being around a lot of people, when you have people that you really know, love you and you love them and they care for you, and just true, genuine, deep friendship, it makes a world of difference. I plan to do a video about that in the future as well, how it's such a critical and important part of the journey to wellness whenever you're coming out of the darkness. Overall, thank you so much for being with me. I hope that you've enjoyed the journey. Tomorrow is day 29. I hope I'll see you back here then. Take care. Bye.